Welcome to the Pump and Dump channel for another video. Quickly doing a look at the oil price here and looking at two stocks for the theoretical model portfolio. So Range Resources today 842, deciding to sell it here. I think it's 842 at least. Yep, 4 o'clock, and buying Diamondback. So obviously you see that Range Resources is up only 2%, Diamondback is up 6%. So obviously would have been better doing it yesterday, but it is the way it is. I can't put in too much time into these videos, so I'm just going to leave it as simple as possible. So here we're looking at, the oil price pushing against this 42 level that was the support back in 2018, and now it's the resistance. So this is really a critical point. It's a question as to whether we will go through or not. I don't know. I assume we could go through. We could also bounce off. It doesn't really make much of a difference. Looking at the investment here, so getting to my spreadsheet. There we go. I've already put it in. So the idea here is taking 2,000 out of Range Resources, adjusting the shares. The value goes down with that, and putting 2,000 here into Diamondback Energy. So looking quickly at the targets. Targets I have for Range Resources is still 1055. It's a bit down from when I bought it initially after the Q2 earnings reports. It kind of like it took some of the upside out in my opinion, but looking at how the market is pricing this stock with oil price when it moves up, the market gives it more credibility for the natural gas liquid. So the way I see it is the market might push it to $9. I've had $8 as a target for many days, and it's recently it rose to $9 in terms of how the market looks at it, in my opinion at least. And so I decided here to take it off, take some of it off, put into Diamondback, because here I have a fair value of 52.5 approximately, and I think we're in a stage here where the oil price is pushing against this resistance level, and people are thinking the longer it pushes against it, the more likely it is to push through, and therefore people are going to get into these stocks like Diamondback and other oil companies to take advantage of the move when it happens, or if it happens. And I think the fact that the valuation of Diamondback has been rising for many days, if I remember correctly, it's been rising, and the price has not. It's kind of been lagging here at around $40 a share, and the valuation has risen, so there is some catch up to be played here. So I think there is a probability here, very high probability, that as the oil price is moving between these lines here, the share price probably can get to $52.5 a share. If we do break through, I would expect this valuation to rise, and with that the upside will rise, and then it'd be a different story. But here I think it's clearly a play on the market pricing it for a lower oil price, and the longer the oil price can stay up here, the more likely it is that the stock will trend towards the intrinsic value that I've calculated here. Overall portfolio, it's up almost 11%. It was down at the beginning and up a little, and doing nothing, but I think it's starting to move in a good direction. I saw DHT in after hours was up after the earnings came out. I haven't looked at them yet, but I should look at them. I've updated, of course, my 1-year price targets for the stocks here in this column. These are my opinions. With African Gold Group, there's an issue that I identified a while ago, maybe a week or so ago, about one of the permits that they just can't get because of this coronavirus nonsense and the government shutdowns. In Mali, you can't meet with people to get this environmental social impact study assessment done, so you can't get the permits. And as soon as they meet with these people who they've been meeting with, as they say, before getting involved in the project, the Force Manhattan people, once that gets in, getting to going, then there should be some material upside, because then the financing can take place, and until that financing takes place, it's probably going to stay where it is. I've reconsidered, maybe it should be a 70 cents target, just as an exploration play rather than a development stage play, because it cannot get to that at this point. But I'm happy leaving it here with a 1 year target, because I'm hopeful that within a year this coronavirus nonsense will stop, and then we'll get this permit, and then we can get to this target. But anyway, the lower of the two, the 70 cents target is below the 28 cents that I see here, and therefore I don't see any reason to readjust here at this point in time. I also saw Safe Bulkers was down quite a lot today, down to 113. Some news that they want an at-the-market facility, which means that they can sell shares into the market for any kind of need, like buying new boats or things like that. And I think the market is jumping to a conclusion that they'll sell it at the current price, and therefore they think the market value would go down. Of course, I traded my shares in for Diana Shipping, so it doesn't affect me in the near term. I could switch back, but I don't feel like it's necessary. I think the one thing to take into consideration here is that the company is positioning itself for the longer term. It's waiting for the market to improve. It's waiting for the share price to start moving up, and then they'll start selling into the market. I don't think they'll be selling at these levels the entire amount of, like, I think it was $23 million or so. I don't think they'll dilute the stock, because if they did, then that would have obviously a huge impact on the 1 year target that we could achieve, and that is something that one has to keep in mind. But anyway, overall, as always, this is not investment advice or recommendations to buy or not to buy, as I always say. If you have any questions, comments, opinions, you can leave them in the comment section. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe and follow the journey towards the end of the year, and see where we can where we will stand at the end of the year. And that's going to do it for the video today, so have a good day.